Now, this also depends on your requirement whether you want to go with the dense storage or instance type matrix. Look at that. This is pretty helpful to decide what type of instance you should go with, what type of storage you have, SSD, how many CPUs are there, what kind of memory RAM you have it available. All these things it shows you right over there. So go ahead and review especially memory optimize and the compute optimize and storage optimize. These three instance type on this website. Okay, let's just continue with the next thing now. Not fearing about the constraints. So whenever you decide to move your application into the cloud, try to map your specification to those available in the cloud. You will see that there is no difference if you use the on-premises versus the cloud. The cloud does not provide X amount of memory. My database needs this. What can I get in single instance? You should understand that the cloud provides the abstract resources. They become powerful when you combine them with the on-demand model. You should not be afraid or constrained about even using a cloud resource because it is important to understand that even if you might get an extra replica of your hardware, you have the ability to get more of those resources in the cloud than you can compensate, right? That's a big benefit of using or spinning up the cloud infrastructure. So let's say if you have this cloud infrastructure or EC2, right? And if you spin up the infrastructure with the Linux instance, you can always do the auto scaling group, right? You can just say an auto scaling group is this. Then I would like to just auto scale the instances based on the current usage, right? So that's always possible to try it that way. Okay. Now you do have a you can use the reusable instance template. You can automate the provisioning or you can adjust the capacity as well. These are all possible things that you can do with this, right? And that's the big benefit of using the cloud as well because you just do all these things automatically without having a manual you don't have to touch manually. Virtual administrator. The advantage of cloud is system administrator to virtual the system administrator. This means that the tasks that are performed by administrator can now become more interesting as they learn about the application and the business as whole. The system administrator has no longer a need to install a software or wire up a network devices or all these things. It can be done through the command click. You can configure the cloud watch to monitor all that, right? So let's just say If I want to create a database, all right, so just go to the Elastic Storage. You can just go to services. You can just go to RDS. You can just get started now. You can launch the database, click Amazon Aurora. You can just specify the identifier. For example, identifier is sample Aurora DB learning. Username is administrator. Password is password1, and click on next step. Right, you will see all these things. You can put the cluster information, priority, backup, retention date, advanced monitoring or enhanced monitoring, auto minor version upgrade. You can just say yes, so that means it will automatically upgrade it for you without you being present physically. So you can even specify the time and the date in this architecture that I want to upgrade all my databases on this date and this time. So launch DB instance, and there you go. The database is available for you. Let's just wait. You guys can also try to spin up this database and see how it's working. Just go over here and you should be able to just see how it shows up. So just go to instances and you should see the database as well. There you go. It is creating right now. So let's just wait until this is complete. You can just notice how easy it is to create infrastructure in cloud, as you can see it right now over here, right? That's the big benefit of using the cloud infrastructure, and it always helps, right? Because you are allowed to spin up any type of, and plus you can just perform the virtual administration. So that means if you just click over here, you can see the monitor the CPU usage, throughput, memory, latency, all these things. You do have an option to restore the database, clone it, delete it, everything just through this one. So just wait until this is complete and then you can see the rest of the things. You can monitor as soon as the values are available, you should be able to monitor it as well. Just go ahead and click on instance to see if it's created or not. It's still creating it right now. So we just have to wait until this is, but my point was to show you how easy it is to spin up anything on this infrastructure, right? You can check the status right here that shows you, and you can refresh it this way as well, just to see when it's gonna be done. We are still waiting. As you can see it, you can just refresh it to see if the database is created or not. Let's say if I don't want this database, you can just right click, take the instance and just go ahead and delete it out as well. That's also possible. And you can see how the status was changed to delete now. And as you can see it, it has started creating. You can also show the monitoring, show the latest metrics, and that shows you all the details. So you have a way to monitor it right through the screen itself. Right now, you don't see any data because your database is still getting created. This RDS, it is available now, right? So now you should be able to see all this thing right over here. You can just check all the monitoring. As you can see the visible memory graph. All these are the CloudWatch alerts that are available. So you have a way to easily configure all these things. Let's just go ahead and delete this instance right now. Just go to the instance and there you go, it is deleted. So as you see it, it is so easy to delete the things as well as to create a new things, right? That's the biggest benefit of using the cloud. You can create the instances when you need it. You can terminate it. You can even send out a terminate signal using some conditions out there. That's also one another way you can solve this problem. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for this lecture. In the next one, we will just continue with the cloud best practices. Thank you all for watching this video.